again, the board or some other stakeholders or investors who are more involved and maybe don't share the same qualitative understanding of the impact of customer experience and delighting those customers and the culture and all the stuff we talked about. How do you sort of rationalize that and plan that maybe we are going to spend a little more and maybe we're going to be inefficient sometimes in pursuit of this wonderful, delightful customer experience?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I think there's two parts to this. One is, like I mentioned before, I don't think customer experience has to be necessarily expensive, right? It's not this thing where like I go to my board and I say like I need $1 million budget to go do X, Y, and Z to delight our customers, right? It's, hey, I need a traditional budget of support and success and et cetera, but we're going to use these roles in a way that puts a really heavy emphasis on success and happiness. So I don't think you need a ton of money to do it. And in fact, if you're a leader and you think that you are um, blocked in making your customers successful by budget, you probably need to rethink what that actually means. But that being said, I do have, our investors that I have to appease. And again, in the green room, you and I were talking about these different journeys, and you've been on both of them, right? And I'm on the journey right now where like I don't work for myself. I have investors and I've got outcomes that I need to bring them to. And so they are always curious how we're deploying capital. And so, you know, yes, you can't measure every single thing that customer experience means. Just like many cases in marketing, you can't attribute every single activity or touch point directly to revenue. But my my goal as a CEO is to make sure that my board and my investors and I are aligned in making sure that we all understand that there are these unmeasurable things, but at the end of the day, the metric they care about is retention and expansion and revenue. And so, yeah, while I can't tie every single thing to it, like we are able to look at our, net retention and net dollar retention and say, like, we're doing something right, right? So if you're, that would be kind of my advice is like, if you're quote unquote doing these customer experience things and your net retention is down or your customers are unhappy, something's falling off
Mm.
somewhere. And so in that case, your investors would probably be right. Like you would need to double click into like what are we doing? Is it our product? Is it our experience? Because that's the other side of the coin. Doesn't matter how great your experience is if your product is shit, right? Like you're not going to be able to retain these people even if you're the nicest person in the world. And so being surrounded by people that understand not everything is measurable, but ultimately our big rocks are measurable, and the things we do should contribute to them is super important.